Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is so exciting because I'm finally going to be reviewing the new Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I have 3 different shades right here. I also picked up 2 of the translucent powders and a pressed powder as well. Really excited. I've been getting so many requests for it and I was waiting for my package patiently in the mail. I finally got it last night, so I knew that I had to film for you guys. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, I have combo skin, so my T-zone's pretty oily. The rest of my face is pretty normal for the most part. My forehead is the main oil spot on my face, so today what I'm going to do is apply primer to one side of my face and setting spray, and the other side I'm going to leave it primeless. Is that even a word? With no primer. Just so that we can see how the foundation wears on both sides. So I'm actually on Colourpop's website right now because I want to see a little bit about the foundation. I know that it is a matte finish, but that's pretty much all that I know about it, just so we know what we're working with. So it says it's a full coverage natural matte which delivers flawless looking skin from day to night, and it's oil-free, lightweight formula. You can sheer it out or build it up, has soft blurring pigments. So basically it has pretty much everything that we want in a foundation, I think, at least for the most part. I usually really love matte or dewy foundations, so I'm really excited. I think for summer this has some good claims. So this retails for $12 on their website, and you get 0.85 fluid ounces, which I think is pretty average for a foundation. It does come with a pump, which I like, and it's like a glass packaging, which I also do like. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen what the packaging looks like, but just in case you haven't, that is what you get. And both of these powders, by the way, retail for $9. So I did pick up 3 shades. I do have a little bit of color on me right now, so I don't think that these other colors are gonna match me. I got the shade medium 80, medium 110, and medium dark 115. I think I'm gonna go with medium dark today just because, like I said, I do have a little bit of a tan right now. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in and get started. Okay, so I have no makeup on. I'm gonna go ahead and just prime the right side of my face, and I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This really does a good job at like filling in your pores and just giving you like a really nice smooth base. Since it's so hot, like I'm literally sweating right now, I'm gonna use also the Wet n Wild Matte Primer just on my forehead, because like I said, that's usually the main oil spot for me. So, and some more priming. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Rebound Collagen Infused Complexion Spray. This is pretty much like a Smashbox primer water type of thing. And what I'm going to do is use a sponge. This one is from Morphe. And then on the other side, I'm going to use a brush just to kind of see which one applies best. So again, I'm going in with the shade Medium Dark 115. No, actually it's not as dark as I thought. Ooh, I think we have a good color right now. Everybody thinks I don't apply foundation on my forehead, and I do. I just don't apply that much because I don't really need a lot of coverage up there. Okay, this looks really, really good. You can obviously see one side of my face versus the other. It definitely feels super lightweight. Like it doesn't even feel like I have foundation on. Kind of feels just like a BB cream, which I love foundations like that. Especially in the heat. I mean, you don't really want to feel like you're wearing a ton of heavy makeup. Doesn't look like a matte finish though. It definitely looks like a natural, like satin finish. Not super dewy, but not super matte. Kind of just like right in the middle. And it blended out literally instantly with the sponge. So I do like that. And for the other side, I'm going to use the Morphe M439, which is my favorite foundation brush. I love this. Or it's one of my favorites. Because I also do like the Kokie 618, which is from Walmart. Oh, it's definitely a satin finish. It's crazy. It looks a little bit more dewy with the brush side versus the sponge, which you would think it'd be the opposite, but I hope this doesn't oxidize. But right now, I really like the coverage of this foundation. I can definitely see some really good coverage. Like this is some good medium coverage. I'm kind of honestly liking the sponge side more than the brush side, which I love this brush and I love the way my foundation usually looks with it, but I'm kind of feeling this side a little bit more. I think it looks a little bit more natural. I put the brightness down a little bit and I feel like it looks a little too dark right now, but I just really want you guys to be able to see the foundation and how it's looking. So again, this is the sponge side and this is the brush side. I definitely feel like the brush side looks a little heavier. You can definitely see the foundation like on top of my skin, whereas this one just looks a little bit more seamless. I'm gonna go in with concealer, and I'm just using Tarte Shape Tape. I've tried the Colourpop No Filter Concealer, and honestly it's not my favorite. I feel like it oxidizes a lot, and it's not a concealer that I love. So I'm gonna just use this because I know that Shape Tape will never do me wrong. So I got two different no filter setting powders. I got one in banana and one in translucent just because I usually like both types of powders, so I wanted to see which one I would like better on my skin. The first one, let's try the translucent one. My favorite way to apply loose powder is with the damp sponge. I think it looks the best, so I'm gonna just take the same sponge and apply this. Doing a generous amount because I really want to test, you know, I want to see what I'm working with. Okay, so it feels really nice. I love the way that it feels. It doesn't feel like drying. You know, sometimes I've tried a lot of translucent powders in my life and some of them feel excessively dry underneath. It just feels like my under eye is about to crack. So, and let's go with the banana one on the other side. So I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm gonna set the rest of my face. I got the No Filter Sheer Pressed Powder in the shade Medium. And this actually looks pretty light to be medium, so let's see. I'm gonna just use this. Do I wanna use this brush? Yeah, I guess I will. This is a flat kabuki brush from the Equate brand. I just cleaned all my makeup brushes yesterday, and seriously, it feels so good. You can get this brush at Walmart. So I'm just gonna press the powder in. So with the same brush, I'm gonna just wipe everything away. Ooh, that looks really good. Are you seeing this? I love the way both of the powders look, but the real test is gonna be flash and how it looks. I think this looks really good. I think it looks super natural. I'm super impressed. I'm gonna take a picture with flash right now, and I'm gonna use my iPhone 7. It looks a little white. Nothing crazy though. Like, I have had way worse. I mean, you guys have seen way worse from things that I've done, but it doesn't look totally bad. I'm gonna turn off my ring light and see how it looks without the light. A little white, but again, nothing crazy. It doesn't look splotchy or anything. Okay, so I'm obsessed with the way that this looks. It feels so velvety smooth. I love the finish. I'm obsessed with the powders. Like, just right off the bat, I really, really like them, and I don't think that they look that bad in pictures, but you guys can be the judges of that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and I can take another picture to see how everything looks once everything's all done, and then I'll be right back and I'll let you guys know how everything is wearing. So this is what the foundation is looking like right now, and honestly I am so impressed. Like, when I was doing my makeup, I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. Everything applied super smooth over top. I love the foundation and the powders. I really don't have anything bad to say, to be quite honest with you. Like, I'm giving this all an A so far. Obviously we're gonna see how it wears throughout the day, but so far so good. I'm gonna take a picture just because the pictures that I took earlier, they were a little white. They weren't crazy like other things that I've tried, but I want to see how everything looks now that I have my makeup all done. Okay, so honestly, I think everything looks really good. I feel like it doesn't look as white as it looked earlier, and I'm loving it. I think this is definitely flash photography approved. So I'm gonna spray this side of my face with some setting spray just because that's usually what I do unless I forget. And I'm gonna just use this Japanesque makeup setting spray, which you can find this at Ulta, and I'm gonna just spray this side that I primed. Honestly, I think both sides look really good. Even though I didn't use primer on this side, I still think the foundation looks good. So let's see, what time is it now? So right now it is 1:57 p.m. So I'm just gonna go about my day, and then I'll come back in a few hours and I'll let you guys know how everything is wearing, and we'll see how my opinions have changed. But so far, A+. Hey guys, so right now it is almost 6 p.m. and I just wanted to do a quick check-in right now because, well, first of all, I'm vlogging. This is my vlogging camera. I'm gonna do another check-in later on with my usual camera, but I really need to touch up my face because it feels super oily. It's about, like I said, close to 6 o'clock, so I've been wearing the makeup at this point for like a little over 4 hours, and I started noticing that my face started getting oily probably about an hour ago, so I don't know so far if I can really say that this is going to be the best for oily skin, but I'm going to just go ahead and blot. I'm using the rice paper oil blotting sheets from Palladio. I've actually never tried these, but Casey Holmes loves these, so I was like, let me give these a try. Girl, I am so oily. Ooh, do you see that? Lots of oil. So I'm just gonna blot pretty much my T-zone. That's like the main oil spot on my face. But yeah, I was outside, I ran a few errands, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally getting super oily. So I mean, I feel like it already looks a little bit better just by doing that. And I'm gonna use the same powder actually just to touch up my face, and the same brush. Yeah, that definitely helped. Ooh, I missed a spot. Let's get above the brow a little bit. Yeah, definitely oily. It's mainly my T-zone, which I kind of expected just because the foundation itself, like I told you guys earlier, it looked like it had like a satin finish, not totally matte. Another thing is I do feel like this kind of oxidized a little bit. It could be the powder that I used. It could be the foundation itself. I'll have to keep testing it out, but I do feel like it got a little bit darker. Nothing crazy. I've had foundations that oxidize way worse than this, but just a little FYI. But anyways, I really needed to touch up my face. Like, I felt like a grease ball, so that's why I had to do this little quick check-in on my vlog camera. But I'll be back and I'll let you guys know how this wears. Hey guys, I'm back. So right now it is 7:58 p.m. So at this point I've been wearing this makeup for about 6 hours, and this is what my face looks like right now. I did touch up earlier, as I showed you guys in the clip. So this is about 2 hours later, and I feel like I'm already getting oily again. I really wanted to love this foundation, and I'm not saying that I don't love it. I just feel like I need a super intense primer for this. Like, I need the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector, which is one of my all-time favorite high-end primers. I used to use that all the time in high school because I used to be super oily, but I felt like over the years I didn't really need that primer because my skin hasn't been as oily as it used to be. But I think with this foundation you definitely need something super intense. I can see this foundation being really great for people who have normal to dry skin, just because I feel like it is like hydrating and has like that satin finish. It's not excessively dewy as you saw when I first applied it, but throughout the day it does get really, really shiny even after blotting, as I showed you guys earlier. So those are my thoughts, but regardless though, I really still like the finish of it, which is crazy because even though my oils are peeking through like crazy, I still think the foundation looks good. I think maybe next time I won't use as much, and I definitely do like it more with the Beauty Blender. I think it just looks better and it just feels better, and I don't really honestly see a huge difference with primer and no primer, so I think both sides honestly look very similar. But honestly though, I'm not hating the foundation. I've tried foundations that have been way more oily, like the NARS Radiant Foundation. Oh my gosh, I was literally a grease ball. But this one I think I can still make it work. And I do feel like this oxidized slightly. Nothing crazy, nothing too orangey, but it definitely did oxidize, and I feel like I can tell a little bit more in person and outside, because when I was in my car and I was looking at my makeup on the mirror, I could notice a little bit of an orange tint. So I would probably have to go down a shade, and I think I would be able to make it work a little bit better. So earlier I gave this foundation an A because I really was loving it. I loved the way that it looked. After having it on all day, and I honestly haven't even been wearing it for a long time, I feel like it's a little excessive as far as oil. I'm gonna have to give this right now a C+. But that could change because, again, I'm going to be testing this out with different primers and stuff, but right now I feel like with the stuff that I did use, it doesn't work. It's way too oily. Even after blotting, after doing all that, I feel like you're going to have to blot constantly throughout the day. So those are my thoughts as of now. Let me know what you guys think. Have you tried this foundation? Are you gonna try it? Like I said, I really like the finish of it and everything, but I just feel like I don't like the fact that it gets oily so quick. When I'm wearing my makeup, I want to know that it's gonna last at least a good 5 hours without me having to worry about touching up. That's just my personal preference though, and me being picky. But let me know what you guys think down below. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye.